Hi everyone, my name is Priyanka and welcome to my vlog. Today I am going to talk about how your habits are blocking your happiness. True, all of our life is made up of our tiny habits. Our habits actually accumulate along as we grow up, and the cumulative effect of our habits is seen in our life, the way we are leading our life, because everything that you do in your life is based on a habit. From the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep, you are habituated to living a certain way. And because you're habituated to living a certain way, you're also bringing in a lot of sorrow, anxiety, despair, and stress. So, the very first habit that is blocking your happiness is your habit of complicating things. You are habituated to creating a mountain out of a molehill. You do this every day. Something bad happens in your life and you over exaggerate it. Then you go on and blame everybody around you. And same way, you overcomplicate your life by taking on too many tasks in your life. You think that if you don't take up all of these activities and tasks in your life, then you are not going to succeed in life. And as a parent, you're doing it to your child too. You're teaching that to your children, because these days children don't have any time to play on their own will. No, they don't. They are going for badminton classes, tennis classes, swimming classes, and what not, because they're supposed to succeed in life and they don't have any playtime where it's according to their own will. And because of this, we are going to raise children who are going to later on become adults, who are going to overcomplicate their life, taking on a lot of stress because we are habituated to thinking a certain way. So we think that every time we take on a new task, it's going to help us, improve our potential, it's going to help us improve our life. So we do a lot of things in life just to please others, just to upkeep this identity that we've created in our life. Identity in terms of what we're supposed to look like in this present day world. So we are going to go on vacations, we're going to take on a lot of activities in this life of ours because we need to post on social media and we need to impress upon people that we are living the best life, and yet we are not happy. So if you're one of them, you need to understand that you are overcomplicating your life because you don't understand that all of these activities that you're doing is not for you. If you want to live a good life, you have to take on activities and hobbies or whatever extra thing you're doing in your life, simply organizing your thought process and understanding what really works for you, what makes you happy. But you're not doing things that make you happy. You are, in fact, doing things that make other people happy in your life, people that you don't even know, because you have so many friends on these social media accounts, or you have so many followers, and you just want to impress upon them that you're capable of everything. In fact, you are jack of all trades and master of none. Sometimes this is your life. You are just taking on so much of these activities in the name of trying to impress upon people that you are the best person on this planet in terms of, upkeeping their life, upkeeping their finances, upkeeping their relationships, upkeeping their health. And yet, behind closed doors, you are a very anxious, stressed out, and unhappy individual because you don't know that you are overcomplicating your life. Coming on to the second habit, that overcomplicated habit also leads to overcompensation. As I was telling you earlier, this overcompensation is where you end up expanding your finances a lot because you need to compensate, as I said, for the car or for the latest phone or any of these latest gadgets that are coming into the market, because you think that if you don't own these things, people are going to belittle you. Let me tell you, if you are in a company of individuals who keep on belittling you because you have a less expensive phone or a less expensive bag, or you don't have a designer bag, you don't have the money right now in your bank, then leave that company because that company is not good for you. But Most individuals don't understand this aspect of their life. They keep on hanging on to the same group of friends because that is exactly what this groupism amongst individual happens. They create this group where everybody is infighting with each other, where everybody is trying to create an environment where you need to keep upgrading yourself, otherwise you're irrelevant, and then you get stuck in this, I call these horror scenarios, where you lose your sense of self because you're trying to prove to individuals who are living their life from a very low vibrational frequency. Their energy is very, very negative. They are very manipulative people. They will try and push you into buying or spending money on things that are not adding any value in your life. And because you're overcompensating, you are draining your finances, you are under a strain, you are under a lot of stress, you're under a lot of mental and emotional, and now it's coming into your health as well. You are not healthy, you are feeling all of these pains and aches, and you're falling sick very often, or probably you are already on borderline obesity because you are going to binge eat a lot. You're going to eat lots of donuts, ice creams, pastries, pizzas, burgers, and all of these things because somewhere you have to feel happy, right? Because although you've spent money on all of these things, you are not happy. You bought a designer bag, you bought designer shoes, designer clothes, and then you have no money in the bank. So it's a very vicious cycle. You need to take care of the company that you're keeping. It's the most important thing in this world. If you are not aware of it, you're going to find yourself declining in this life, because that's for sure. Always make sure that you're in the company of right people, because if you were in the company of right individuals, right group of friends, they would tell you head on that there is no need for you to spend money like that. So the third habit is habit of overthinking. Yes, you have a very bad habit of overthinking. You keep on thinking the same thoughts on a loop, and you never pay attention to your thought process. So you have a lot of fear in regards to your future. You look at your future and you tell yourself, oh, my future is doomed because my present looks really bad and there's no prospect in sight for improving my life. So, yes, my future is going to be very bad. And yes, I'm going to do really bad in this life of mine, and my life is going to look like this. So, if you're single, you're struggling to get married, if you don't have a great career, and you're struggling to make finances, and if you don't have a purpose in life, you're struggling to find meaning to this life of yours. And yes, you are overcomplicating everything in your life because you have a habit of overthinking. So, one tiny thing goes wrong in your life, and you start overthinking. You tell yourself, oh, that's it. My life has come to an end. Nothing great is going to come out of this life. And then you repeat these sentences. You tell your friends, you tell everybody within a earshot that, you know what, my life is like this. May the life ऐसी है. Correct? You say these sentences to anybody who's willing to listen to your sad story, and you have a lot of sad stories to tell because you've not worked out on your emotional baggages, you've not worked on creating a balance in your life, creating a stable mind. And let me tell you, this overthinking habit is going to make you feel overwhelmed in life. You're going to fail miserably in relationships. It doesn't matter whether you get married, it doesn't matter whether you have the right career, it doesn't matter whether you're doing financially really well, because you have a habit of overthinking. So, even if God was to give you all of the things that you want in this life of yours, let's say tomorrow you wake up and yes, everything is working out for you. Let me give you 1 hour. Within 1 hour, you're going to now create doubt in your mind and ask yourself, how is this possible? How come this person said yes to me? Or how come I got this job opportunity? Or how come this is my purpose? Now you're going to sow seeds of doubt in your life, and that you can do so easily. I mean, you are a master planter. That's what I call you. You are farming this patch of land in your life where you sow seeds of negativity, and then you have to reap the fruits, right? Because of all the negativity in your life is only going to impact you, nobody else. Let me tell you that overthinking is only going to impact you. Let's say you have an opportunity coming your way now. Because of your habit of overthinking, you're going to doubt everything. In fact, you're going to doubt your own self. You're going to doubt your circumstances. You're going to doubt the people that are coming into your life. You're going to create so much of blockages in your life because you are going to tell yourself, oh, that's not possible. Either you're going to say that, this person is not good for me, although that individual is going to be great, you know, husband or wife material. But no, you're going to look at them and you're going to say to them, something must be wrong with them because they said yes to me. So, in a way, you're blaming yourself. Go on to these meditation camps or self improvement vacations, and nothing is going to work out for you because you don't realize that you need to sit in silence. Yeah, you need to sit with your eyes closed, your spine straight, and sit with yourself every day. It's the toughest thing to do on this planet, that is sit with yourself in silence. Because that's where you will come face to face with the monster that you've created in this mind of yours. You have been feeding this monster, and this monster has been draining you of this precious life. But you don't want to look at this monster, you're fearful of self reflection, so you're not going to sit in meditation. Even if I tell you, you're not going to do it. A time is going to come in your life where you are going to fall down, you're going to hit rock bottom, and once you hit rock bottom, maybe that is the time when you're going to get that wake up call, and then probably you're going to, you know, get this idea where, yes, I have to now do something with this mind of mine because this mind of mine is creating all of these troubles. Because it doesn't happen to individuals who want to improve their life on a whim and a fancy. You've taken fancy to this new age meditation class, and then you go and sit with somebody and you tell them, oh yes, I want to do it, I will continue doing it. And you do it for a day, you do it for 2 days, and probably by third day you're just going to get up and you're going to walk away from that class, and you're going to go and eat something nice, go for some, movie or a night out, but you're not going to sit in meditation. It's something that's going to make you realize what all wrong you've been doing with yourself. No, not anybody else. You have been planting those seeds, and you don't want to look at yourself like that. You don't want to look at yourself in that light. If you've hit rock bottom or you're really desperate, then yes, that's the only way. You have to sit in meditation every day for 30 minutes to know the kind of thoughts that you're having, and then to quieten your thoughts. See, you cannot change your thoughts, you can only replace them. The fourth habit is the habit of your past haunting your present. So far, we've been looking at your future and fearing the future, fear of being left out, fear of so many things. But now let's understand how our past occupies our present day. So we have a lot of memories, a lot of things that didn't work out for us, people, individuals who were mean to us, who left us, who ill treated us, and we've been carrying that trauma in our life for so long. We have a lot of emotional baggage that we've not cleared up. So we're carrying this weight on our shoulders, and we think that, it doesn't matter if we think about our past because that helps us heal, that helps us remember. You can keep on remembering all the bad things, and then if you keep on doing that, then you are never going to move forward in your life. You are like a vehicle that's really pressing on the accelerator and hoping to move forward, but your tires are stuck. So you just end up burning your tires, and then probably burning the entire vehicle is going to catch on fire because it's so heated up, and that's exactly how your life looks right now. If you want to lead a good life, all you have to do is let go of that past, but it's very difficult because people carry on so much of pain in their life. They think that unless they carry this pain, they will never be able to remember what happened to them. So in a way, they cannot forgive people because they want to keep on creating these baskets of rotten ideas and thoughts in their mind. And then they ask everybody around them, why is my life stinking up? Why am I not able to have great relationships? Why is my life like this? Why am I not able to do well in life? Mentally, physically, emotionally, financially. Somewhere something is going wrong. That is the problem, that you're not looking at yourself, you're not looking how you've been hanging on to that past of yours, hanging on to individuals who've hurt you. Yes, people are going to hurt you. Yes, people are going to manipulate you. Yes, people are like this. That's it. Except people are like this. People are unconscious. They are not living from a level of consciousness. So yes, they're going to do all of that. And probably you are their target because you end up reacting a lot, and you'll keep on just pushing yourself in the wrong direction until unless you really pay attention to all of the emotional trauma that you've carried so far in your life. Because at the end of the day, everybody wants to lead a life from a place of well-being, but they are unable to reach that place of well-being because of all of that accumulation of pain that they have been carrying in this life. It's very important to pay attention to the kind of pain that you've accumulated so far in your life. Now, yes, it's going to take a lot of time, and it's very difficult to forgive people. It's very difficult. It takes in a lot of courage, a lot of self work, and that is why all of these points come to only one conclusion, and that is, if you do not bring stillness in your life, you will never be able to do any of these things because your mind is right now very, very chaotic. You have collected a lot of garbage. So let's say you have this one room in your house, everybody has that. It's called a storeroom. Some people don't have the luxury of storeroom, so one of their bedrooms becomes a storeroom, or their almirahs become storerooms, and then they create a lot of clutter in that room. They keep things from their past, memories, because it might be needed one day, and they collect in a lot of garbage, and then that garbage is really stinking up the entire house. And one day you realize you need to throw all of that stuff out because it's rotting, or it's really not good for you because you have now insects crawling inside that garbage, whom actually becomes symbolic of your emotional pain. So somebody who has a lot of emotional pain in their life is going to collect lots of things that hold no meaning to them. They're just holding on to things because they're in the fear of losing their sense of self. So if you're somebody or you live in a house where you have a garbage room, I call these garbage rooms because until unless you're able to clear things out of your life, you will always collect garbage. Now, if you were emotionally well, you would never collect these things. You would throw them away. Things like old clothes, your children's old clothes, or probably old books. You have your 10th class book or your college books still lying with you. An individual who does this is usually somebody who has a lot of emotional pain in their life, who've experienced emotional pain. So what they'll do is they will collect a lot of things. They will create a lot of clutter in their life. Their almirahs will be cluttered. Uh, their writing will also not be that good, and they will write haphazardly. Come into an alignment with the universe. You need to come in alignment with the divinity within you, because you are now wanting to live a free life. You're a prisoner to your own thoughts. Your thoughts control every day. Somebody says something to you and you get triggered very, very easily. Maybe it's not the same individual. This is a new person in your life, but they're saying something to you and that resonates with your past. You're going to get triggered very badly and you're going to fight with them. And this is how your present is looking. You're reacting to people based on your old trauma. So you need to let go of that old trauma. A lot of physical pain as well. If you have a lot of neck pain, shoulder pain, back pain, probably tummy upsets, that all of these things are happening in your life because you are carrying in a lot of emotional pain. And if you have anxiety and panic attacks, then they are coming in because you have not healed your emotions. So it is time for you to heal your emotions, and the only way you can do that is by surrendering to the divine. There's no other way. Because problem with the individuals is that they try and go on this healing spree, and then they heal a bit by just forgiving little bit of that part of their life. They don't end up forgiving themselves for feeling that way. You have to forgive yourself too. You have to forgive the people who caused all of that pain in your life, because at the end of the day, it's just all about living from a place of well being. If you were really hooked onto the idea of living a peaceful and a calm life, you would just surrender all of these traumas to the divine. You would wake up one day and then you would start repeating to yourself every day till the time you felt light. You would keep on saying to the divine, I am surrendering this pain to you. You have to repeat a few times because it's not easy to let go, it's not easy to forgive. But with time, you can do that only if you are consistent enough, if you insist on living from a place of well being. You have to go on this healing journey yourself. Nobody can do it for you. You can listen to me, you can listen to so many people around you. But at the end of the day, you have to take that action of giving in. You have to give in. Right now, you're resisting. You're in a resistant mode, you're in a defensive mode. You want to fight with the world, you want to fight with people who have hurt you. And that's only going to bring in a lot of agony. That resistance is causing all of that friction in your life, it's causing all of the bad energy in your life, it's causing all of those failures and stress and anxiety that you're feeling in right now. So you need to give in. Give in, just surrender. Don't look for a way out. Look for a way in. And the way in should be towards the light, towards feeling free. If you really want to experience freedom, you have to surrender to the divine, and that's the only way. So I hope you love my vlog. If you love my vlog, do like, share, and subscribe, and comment down below. And thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.